Hello everyone. Thanks for coming tonight and having us. My name is John Waller and I'm with the Rotary Club of Mystic, Connecticut. And I'd like to introduce our guest tonight. On piano, Sam Ora. And on cello is Diego Carneiro from Brazil by way of Ecuador. And one of the reasons that we're here is that we're representing the movement called Opus for Peace. And when we found out that you were having the social justice concert, that it just fits perfectly with the mission that we have, and that Diego is a Rotary Peace Fellow of using the arts to create peace in the world. So without further ado, I'd like to turn it over to Diego, and he'll be doing some speaking during this, not necessarily to begin with, but the concert program tonight, we were going to have a singer. Unfortunately, she was not feeling well, so it's just going to be all Diego and Sam for the evening. So thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much for the opportunity of giving us the space to play, and thank you for singing, thank you for the concert. Good afternoon. I see some great friends here. So I'm going to play the music that we have written in the program. I think it starts with Bach. I will play only the prelude, and then I will change the order. I will finish with the tango. So, piazzolla. So I play the prelude, number 1, G major by Bach, 17, 20, 24, written about 300 years ago. We don't have really the manuscript for that, just one copies, but perhaps the most famous preludes you can hear on the cello. So after that, I do Villa-Lobos, because Villa-Lobos has written the Bachianas Brasileiras and the Black Swan. The Bachianas Brasileiras is actually a piece that was dedicated to Bach, so therefore I want to make a connection between the prelude and the Bachianas. Bachianas is a genre. There are 9 Bachianas that Villa-Lobos, Brazilian composer, most well-known composer outside Brazil, wrote in homage to Bach. So that's very much for 12 cellos and a singer. But we're going to do a version for cello and piano. Just feel the rhythms that are probably like like you can hear on the guitar, the cello, 7 strings guitar. That we use 7 strings guitar in Brazil for sure, for popular music in Brazil. So then I go to the Black Swan, which is another swan. You probably know by some this one by Saint-Saëns, French composer. Villa-Lobos, he studied in France, therefore he was very influenced by the music there. So what he did, he wrote, instead of G major, Saint-Saëns, he wrote A minor, therefore more, I think, more agitated, more dramatic. And you hear the glissando on the cello. It's not a very well-known piece, I think, outside the cellists. But I would like to share this with you. And then, after that is, I probably think I jumped one piece, my piece, right? I will do my piece, which is, I will explain to when it comes. Thank you. Yes, this is probably a very good combination of music for cello and piano. You're going to hear later Montini and the tango, passionate pieces for cello and piano. But talking about this piece, I come from Belém, a place, the Delta on the Amazon. If you see the movie Fitzgerald or Fitzcarraldo, famous movie, European German movie that talks about Manaus and Iquitos, a trip in a boat. They are trying to do some operas in the forest, in the jungle. You probably then close to Belém. If you go to Manaus, then you go 5 days in a boat or 7, depending on the direction. You get to Belém. Belém is the biggest city in the Amazon. There are 8 countries which share the Amazon region. Brazil is one of them with 90-something%. Ecuador is 1% of the Amazon on the other side of the Pacific coast. So in this 1% you have the biggest biodiversity per million square meter. Have you ever been to Brazil or Ecuador? Someone here? Espanhol? Habla espanhol?
Habla espanhol
e quê? Português também?
Sim, eu estava em Manaus, dos conectados.
Very nice. And English, right? So, I'm not, I wish I could also speak English. But I hope you understand all of my accent, right? But I speak both languages, but there are 210 dialects in Brazil. We never, if you ask a Brazilian, probably Brazilians will never tell you this. There are 200 dialects. Who told me this? More than 200. It was an American post-PhD researcher in languages in the Amazon. And I was thinking, what? If we don't know that, okay, maybe we should try to at least start the sounds of the forest. So I realized there are many sounds of the forest that we can replicate or reproduce in the cello. For example, I always like to say that if I had 3 hands, it would be easy for me to talk and demonstrate. But really, you're very kind. Okay, let me come in. See, not only a pianist, but also I can hold that thing. Come. Oh, I thought you were going to come and was me to hold my.
Oh, okay, sure.
Whatever, because I want to talk. Can you hear me? Please stay here. So, do you know Sam?
No, we need the mic.
Pianist, right? We met 2-3 days ago. We have now a partnership. Can you hear me well? No. So why do you say no then? Because you heard me, right? You heard me. Oh, exactly. So basically, Sam, I need. So as you came here in front of me, maybe just can you just while you're
Why don't I hold it? You'll show it something.
Yes, thank you. It would be easier with a stand, but I cannot see the stand. You see, the music stand, whatever. So, water. This is the water for me. You get closer to the water, you feel that sound, right? I need you, John Waller, I think. So basically, when you get closer to the river, you feel the water. Something like this. You can stay here, so don't worry. Like this is the moment that you connect to the forest. About 4 o'clock in the morning, you hear a bird called Uirapuru, which I will show to you soon. And then you hear another bird called the toucan in this order. And then in third, the ant bird. I will show to you. So you have the water. Now, you can do the water together. You didn't see that, Susanna. You haven't seen that yet. Look. For example, if I teach you how to do the water sound, can you do it together? Oh, there is a choir, I forgot. Very nice. You can be on the stage. Last time I did this in Africa, I think it was in Kenya. I did this, I started playing the bird calls. I had about 300 people. Half of them came to the stage. I didn't ask them to come, but they just came and said, and then they did even other bird calls I never heard of besides me. Like Sam here. And I said, okay, can you, I didn't know how to tell them to go back to the seats. The same thing's happening, Sam. I don't know how to tell you to go back to the pen, but I was thinking, oh, thank you. But please keep you safe. But look, then if you go for the water, it's the Amazon is not an ocean, you see. We are talking about like, like 4 o'clock in the morning, not like if you're hungry. Like, let's do it again, like a meditation. And good. Oh, very in tune. Right, okay. Now, what about if you introduce the river, the rainfall, how do you call the drops, the raindrops, something like this, look. With your hands. Different rhythms, your own rhythms, not together, need to be your own rhythms, so you can feel the drops. But with the water. Let's improvise. Too professional with me, the water. Too professional. Okay, so basically you do number 1 is, number 2 together. Yes, gentle, right? How do you say when there is a gentle rain? How do you say that?
I think gentle rain sounds good.
I didn't know I had a good English. So let me think about that now. But I need some drama. Do you remember last time I didn't play? I showed, but I didn't play. I need some danger in the Amazon, of course. We have the piranhas, or piranhas, right? But also, I'm going to play for you. I'm going to play the jaguar for you. All of them are endangered species that I like to play to bring some consciousness. Also because we're going to play this in the COP30 this week. So I'm going to show you how the jaguars they sound when they sound together hungry. When they're hungry, they're hunting. They sound something like that. So you connect all of it. I know there are some music. Thank you for playing with me, but I will guide you. Yeah, I will show you number 1 and you join. Number 2 you join me. Then first I'm going to do an introduction and then you join me. But then all this symphony here is actually to create an atmosphere, an ambience for a legend, which I call Boto. Boto is Tupi Guarani, one of the languages there. It's the pink dolphin. You probably heard about the pink dolphin, right? There is the great pink dolphin. So the pink dolphin comes out of the river, turns into a man. I always like to say that, people laugh, I don't know why. He comes out of the river as a tall man like me. People laugh, I love when they laugh, it means something. But, gets out of the river and the tall man, like this size, with a head, because the head hides I forgot the name now.
Global.
Which one?
Global.
What?
I don't know.
Global.
Global, something low, right? Thank you. We have to find this in ChatGPT later. But then it hides and dances and enchants people, women. And the young lady is pregnant after that. I'm just making it short for you. Long story. And then the girl has talked to her father. The father says, "We have to get out of the house." And then she says, "No, father, it was the Boto, the pink dolphin. I was enchanted by the dolphin." So the whole community understands this. So the legends are really true legends. You find these in different areas in the Amazon. I've never seen a pink dolphin, but there are many pink dolphins in Brazil. Just think about that. But it is a really social problem now, and then we think that put into music make it more special and inspiring. So I'm going to do this for you, the pink dolphin legend with the Amazon elegy. Modinha is written piece. So Modinha is by Francisco Mignoni, And that piece is based on a tradition, a Portuguese tradition called moda. Moda means fashion, and modinha means little, fashion. In 1600s, Portuguese had one way of singing, very similar to the troubadours, or very romantic. People singing, my love, and so on. In Brazil, 200 years later, that mixed with Afro-descendants traditions, and we had lots of swing in the music, more drama, lots of chromatism, as there are musicians here, romantic scales, but lots of pain and love at the same time, and hope, There was no WhatsApp, no Facebook, no Instagram, so it was perhaps deep at the time. I don't know, the feeling that when I play modinha is something that I don't find virtually. It's really human, you feel that. Modinha it's again, a bit of Black Swan with when I say the Bachianas, we have these feelings, also the guitar on the left hand, the walking bass, all this conversation, modinha. probably the most famous composer in Argentina, after Piazzolla. So Piazzolla, I was born in this border. So my father was born from close to the border of Argentina, so I went there a few times. He proposed a new tango that some people think about it. And at that time, people really didn't want to change the tango. It was like, Gardel music. I'm not sure if you heard about Gardel. Tango was something not very well elegant. I mean, now it is very, very elegant, right? So we play in theaters and so on. We learn to dance, but that was really played and danced by men in the bordel. So they used to go, they used to play and dance there, right? But 100 years later, we have the tango like one of the best expressions, passionate expressions. And I think Piazzolla helped a lot this. Piazzolla went to France also, like Villa-Lobos. They started the same teaching, Boulanger, lots of people at the time started with this great professor, composer also. And she heard him playing and said, why don't you play your own music, like you're trying to make really classical music? And she said, I know you play to make money, I know you play your music and you don't like playing to me in your class because you do this in cafes to win your money and pay my classes here, right? I don't want you to do this, don't be shy, just play your music. And he played, and then when she heard, she said, this is your voice, great music, keep doing this, throw everything you did for me before. And he trusted that voice. And he became like the biggest exponent in tango. And he wrote for the cello and piano a big piece that the cellists played. Rostropovich probably was the first one who started playing, but he changed the version because this music is sort of very virtuoso for the piano. You're gonna hear it. And the balances are just as complicated. But Le Grand Tango, it's not a tango exactly. I share this in 3 movements or 3 moments, right? And then you have the virtuoso part in the end when the couple, they start the dating. In the beginning, they look at each other, and then they invite each other, and then there is a moment that he sings to her, and she avoids him, and then he sings back and tries to hold her attention, very sensual in a way, and also poetic. And then suddenly they dance together, and finish in a very virtuoso style. Thank you. Well, I would like to thank again Rotary and the university, all of you. I think you're gonna sing again, is that right? Really? I'm sorry, I didn't read the program. So please, we want to share with you one piece, the white swan. I mean, don't call it white. It's a sun songs. Can we do that for you? 1 minute.
thank everybody for being here tonight, our guests, everybody. Obviously, everybody who came together, as I said, to put this performance on with one day of rehearsing is a pretty amazing thing. So if we could just have one more round of applause for these guys. Students, community members, everybody spending their weekend with us. It's been really wonderful, and I want to thank you for supporting all of the efforts that we do with the Social Justice Choir and with the community. And now, after a long evening of you listening to us, we would hope that maybe you'll join in a little bit. It's pretty easy to